The Nigerian Football Federation has released the list for the players that were partaking in the African Cup of Nations for Nigeria. And it's interesting that this particular list has caused a lot of reactions on social media. I'm not particularly interested in the list because, I mean, regardless of who goes to the Nations Cup for Nigeria, what will be at the end of the day. But what I do think is these boys have it in them to actually win this competition without stressing us at all. They have everything that they need to actually play good football, get this competition done and dusted, and have a good outing. But the question remains, will the loss of a place in the World Cup affect their performance? Or do you think it's going to be something that they have moved past already? Because if you remember, Nigeria missed out on qualifying for the World Cup. And I do think that's a very integral part of the things that would affect how these boys perform at the AFCON. Although some people would, argue and tell me, no, there's no reason why they should be thinking about it. But I do think that they would continue to have that at the back of their minds, that they had it in them to actually wrap up the qualifiers, get all 3 points when they needed them, against countries such as Lesotho, Zimbabwe, and some other teams like that they failed to win, drawing some of those games, even losing some of them. But let's see what happens at Morocco. I mean, the competition starts in a few days. This weekend, the competition kickstarts. I do hope for a fact that we start well. I do hope that we get the first win in our first game, and hopefully we can build on that momentum. But I do think that the boys would have maybe an average performance, not an entirely smooth performance. So if you're a Nigerian watching this video and you're expecting some magic at the AFCON from the Super Eagles, I would recommend that you just lower your expectations, because the hope actually hurts. So let's just keep our expectations to the barest minimum. If they do outperform our expectations, all well and good. But, having that high expectation from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, with all the hassles and everything, the retirement of the captain of the side, that's Trust Ekong, and so many other things that are behind the scenes that we cannot even see or that we cannot even know of. I do think their performance would actually be affected at the AFCON.